From caps and boxes that might hold hidden powers to the myths about what hides on the other side of the mirror. Today we are going to check these crazy myths that are said to be real in Super Mario 64. And we're starting with a very curious myth involving Dorrie. Yeah, this creature has apparently given people a lot to talk about. We already touched a myth about Dorrie in another video. I leave the link in the comments in case you haven't seen it yet. But apparently there is a variation that claims Dorrie can get hungry if enough time passes, making her want to eat Mario and take away a life. Yeah, a lot of people commented this, and I seriously mean a lot of people in another video. Apparently, everyone agrees that you have to wait around 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing after seeing Dorrie. This is how this interaction is activated. Quotes intended. To be honest, this makes absolutely no sense to me. But hey, we are here to check the myths, so let's go test it out. Let's dive into Hazy Maze Cave. And according to the comments, we need to see Dorrie first. I'll hit it a couple of times, just because. So it learns who's the boss here. And now we have to move away and wait around 20 minutes. So I'll just stand here doing nothing. Yeah, this isn't exactly the most exciting thing, right? So while we wait, let's look at another myth. Before we had checked some myths involving caps, but I absolutely had to check this one, since the myth claims that the powers of the power-up caps can be transferred to other characters, like turning into metal or becoming invisible. In theory, what is supposed to happen is that once we have a cap, we must lose it somehow. And then whichever character picks it up acquires the effect of that cap. Yeah, I know, it sounds pretty crazy. Plus we have a problem here. It turns out this is almost impossible to verify in the game, because if we look closely, there are no power-up caps in these levels, except in Shifting Sunland, which does have the wing cap and a way to lose it. So let's go test it out. Now in Shifting Sunland, here we can lose the cap easily. We just need to stand still right here. And within a few seconds, Klepto will come to hit Mario and steal the cap. Very tough. So let's try it with the wing cap, which is located right here in this block. We stand exactly in the same spot as before. Yep, Klepto is already looking down on us. Will he take the wing cap? Oh, it seems like no. We did get pushed by the hit, but he didn't take the cap away, and in fact we can keep using it without any issues. It looks like it is not possible to lose a power-up cap. This myth doesn't seem very solid, but hey, we won't stop just there. Let's take it to the limit. Now I can spam all the caps I want. Hehehe. Yeah, so I'll check it with every single cap and see what happens. We are back for more, Klepto. But honestly, it doesn't look like any of the caps have any effect on him. With the metal cap he actually hurts himself. Alright, we have two other places to check. Let's go with the monkey in Total Mountain. There aren't any caps here normally, so when we spam a special cap we notice something different. Ukiki, that's the monkey's name, moves away from us. Normally when we have the regular cap, Ukiki approaches us, as if telling us to grab him, only to fall into his trap and steal our cap. But apparently if we have any power-up cap on, he will not come near us. How curious. I also noticed that if you grab him, his typical text box saying he has taken the cap won't pop up, but as soon as the cap's effects end, this dialogue appears immediately. It seems like the other caps disgust him. Tell me, why are you like this? We have a snowman's land left. Here we can lose the cap when the giant snowman blows Mario away with his breath. The cap stays on the ground, and if we leave the level and enter again, we will see a snowman wearing it. But the question is, will the same thing happen with the special caps? Here we have it, and oh well, we can see it doesn't. It seems there is no way to do anything else. Or so I thought, until this happened. Oh wait, what? The monkey disappeared, what? But I'm still carrying something. Let me see, I'll drop it. But what? The monkey appeared out of nowhere somewhere else. What is all this about? It turns out this happened due to a glitch with the caps. When we pick up a cap from the ground, Mario does an animation. So if we grab another cap during this animation, the cap will get bugged in Mario's hand. We can see this easily in Bob-omb Battlefield. Here we leave a cap on the ground and wait for the block to appear again. We pull out another cap and pick up the one from the ground. And when the other one falls on top of us, Mario will be holding the cap in his hand. Using this, we can get curious results with the monkey. Here I have placed 2 caps in the same spot. We take one and the other stays in his hand. Now, if we grab the monkey, we'll see that he disappears. I can assume it's because we already have a cap in our hand. Plus, we can move around and it looks as if Mario is carrying something. When we put it on the ground, we see that the monkey suddenly appears somewhere. Pretty fun glitch, yeah, but unfortunately, this myth is completely false. There is no way to transfer the powers of the cap to other characters. Thank you so much for the inspiration for this myth. You can also comment on this video. I always check all the comments, so your myth could appear in a future video. Could it be that there is a parallel world inside the castle's mirror? But before we look into that, let's go back to Dorrie. How are we going with that? Yeah, it's just as fun as it looks. This is going to take a while longer, so we'd better go check if this simple box can be more than it appears to be. This myth says that boxes, even when standing completely still, are so dangerous that they can even be lethal weapons. Okay, seriously, can a simple box be that useful? We all know we can pick it up, throw it, and that's it. It can eliminate some enemies in its path, but after a short time it disappears, and if it hits anything it breaks. Doesn't seem very useful, right? Well, let's test it out. The easiest place to check this is in Bob-omb Battlefield. Here at the beginning of the level, we find one of these boxes. First we'll see its normal function. We can eliminate Goombas, okay. And it broke. Fabulous. It seems the bob-ombs explode too. Okay, that's fine. Can we hit Chain Chomp with this? Oh, look! You actually can! That's great! But of course, the box no longer exists. It can be relatively useful if we throw it, but the myth tells something more specific, and that is that the box is supposed to defeat enemies even while being static. How is this even possible? Apparently, we have to pick up the box in a specific way. First, we need to know that if we dive with Mario, we can pick up objects, and it's exactly this movement that we need to use to pick up the box. First we throw it, now we dive and pick it up. Now, careful to not let it go. Ah, brilliant. Now, with the box in hand, we set it on the ground, and if an enemy touches this box, the enemy will take damage. How cool! Now, what will happen with the bob-omb? Oh, it explodes at contact, and the box remains intact. Can it break these rolling balls? Oh no, they just roll right past it. Will it work on Chain Chomp? Careful, careful here. There it is. Oh, great! Even while static, it can stun Chain Chomp. Something just popped up in my mind. Could I place the box right in the lock? If I can do this, in theory, it should leave the Chain Chomp in a stun lock, right? Oof, this is tricky. There it is, okay, go away. Will it work? Oh, that was the first hit, okay. Oh! Okay, it actually works. Look at the Chain Chomp. Nah, this is incredible, honestly. I didn't think it would work. Apparently, this happens because of the box's physics. If we pick it up this way, the game thinks the box is still in motion, making it deal damage even though it's completely static. The box literally wins by doing nothing. Alright, boxes can actually be useful, so now let's take it to the limit. Is a Piranha Plant affected? Yes! It's funny because when it's awake it doesn't have a hitbox, but as soon as it goes to sleep, the box hits it. Will the big boo get hit? Oh, he definitely gets hit. Bruh. I literally wanna start doing nothing. What will happen with Wiggler? Oh, what? Look at that. He doesn't get hit, but it does look like he gets pushed. How curious. I have never seen this Wiggler animation before. Oh wait, what? Okay, yeah, it's already glitching out, I better get out of here. The bullies also get pushed. One even gets stuck with the box. Chokia is not affected, but the Monty Moles are. Also these enemies. Basically if the enemy can be hit by Mario, then the box can do it too. Now I'm thinking, what will happen if multiple enemies hit the box constantly? I leave the box here and spawn Goombas. Oof, yes indeed. This is so satisfying to watch for some reason. And with this beautiful view, we can say that the myth is completely true. Unexpected, but true at the end. And if this was true, could the mirror really have more than meets the eye? Hey, now, where's Dorrie? Alright, we've been here for over 20 minutes. Time to go back. And everything is the same. Wait, what? Dorrie? What are you doing? No! Yeah, no. Obviously this is thanks to a mod called Brutal Bosses. With this mod, Dorrie can actually eat Mario and take away a life, but in the base game this is impossible. I have no idea where you got the 20 minutes thing from, but we can say that the myth is, once again, completely false. Let's just leave Dorrie in peace. But now comes the myth that makes us wonder if there is something more than a simple reflection. Let's go with the myth of one of the most enigmatic places in the entire game. We are talking about the Mirror Room. You know, that place where the warp to Snowman's Land is. It has been rumored for a long time that this place has more than it seems. It's mentioned that it might have a secret star on the other side of the door, or even an entire world to explore. Whatever people say, it all leads us to the same point. The other side of the mirror. Is there a way we can actually go through the barrier? Let's test it out. There are a few methods floating around the internet to cross to the other side of the mirror. The most typical method involves entering with a Vanish cap. But of course, this is simply impossible. Unfortunately, there isn't any cap we can grab in this area. And how about this other method? It's said that we can enter using a BLJ, that famous infinite stairs glitch. This movement generates massive speed, and in theory at such speed we could phase right through the mirror. So let's try it from here. BLJ and... Wow! We actually went through the mirror. It is possible to cross to the other side. Now that we are finally here, let's see if this painting is a portal to another world. Oh, looks like it's not. Maybe with other paintings? Oh wow! Apparently the walls aren't even solid. But we still have the door. What could be hiding here? Okay, I wasn't expecting this. It looks like we can't even access the door, and that makes total sense. I mean, this place isn't supposed to be accessible, so there was absolutely no need to program wall collisions or stairs. That's why it's like we are walking on thin air. In fact, we can pass through the pillars too. And yep, none of these paintings on this side teleport us to another level or anything like that. What is curious to see though, is Mario's clone on the other side if we go out of bounds. This clone only exists to mimic Mario's movements, so no matter what part of the room we are in, he will always be around there moving. But is there any chance to unlock something else in this room? Let's take it to the limit. I found this other method to enter the mirror, one much more complicated and curious. I don't think it will work, but let's see. First, we need to have all 120 stars. Got them? Now we spin around two pillars forming an infinite symbol 10 times on each side. This is supposedly done because it has to do with mirror numbers, and 10 with 10 represents new beginnings, implying a potential new level. Alright, the laps are done. And finally, we must do ground pounds on top of each pillar. Okay, this is the last one, and something different should happen here. Let's see. Oh, what? The mirror broke. This looks completely different. Can I enter here? Look at that! Completely new worlds! But of course, this is a mod, called Beyond the Cursed Mirror, with its own mechanics, levels and stars. And yeah, this means that, unfortunately, there is nothing on the other side of the mirror. Just an empty room, making this myth completely false. But hey, would you like to see this game? Then join me live. I'm always playing various Mario 64 mods and a ton of other things. And thank you so much again to everyone who commented on previous videos. Remember that your myth could show up in a future video, so leave your comment, I always read them all. And I'm sure you want to see more myths, right? So right here I leave you this other video. Here we investigate the myth of Luigi in the castle fountain. Could it be true after all these years? Click on the video and find out. See you there!